way down the shoreline, you can kind of see all the little beach parks that pop up along here. You'll notice that there's lots of residential condos out here, and then as we get further down the shoreline, we're going to see more homes out there. In fact, you're going to see lots and lots of multi-million-dollar homes as we cruise along that shoreline, getting down towards Hunts Point and Medina and the city of Bellevue, as we make our way further south down that eastern shoreline of the lake. But you'll notice there's lots of recreational spaces out here as well. So that's kind of what's really neat about Lake Washington. Other than being lots of private property, they still make sure there's lots of public spaces. So even if you don't live right on the waterfront in a lot of these neighborhoods along the lake, you still have access to make your way down here towards the water. So it's always kind of neat. It's pretty convenient as well. So you'll see lots of these little beach parks opened up here that are open to the public. Now we'll start to jump in a little bit of the history of the area as we go, and we'll kind of jump back and forth a little bit to some of the current stuff as well. So as you make your way up here, you're going to start to notice that you have some of these condos and homes along the way. There's another beach park over here that opens up, and as you look back, there's some older style homes. They're brick, kind of a darker brick. More of that Tudor style from the late 1800s and early 1900s out there on the lake. And the oldest one out of that grouping is actually a little bit further back. It's right down the middle. So you'll see it's the dark brick house with the dark shutters. And I always like to point that one out because that was the home of Lewis Marsh, who was one of the original Boeing engineers back in the early days of Boeing in the early 1900s. And he is the gentleman who perfected the art of arc welding, which was a really big deal during the World War I time period, shortly after that, so going to the early 1920s, because at that point in time we had shifted over to making our airplanes entirely out of metal for the fuselage. So arc welding was really significant, and Lewis Marsh was the man who perfected that, and it said that he did a lot of that early work right in the basement of his home, figuring out those techniques for welding together those fuselages. So that was a huge deal for Boeing and just airplanes in general in the US. Before that, we were building them out of wood and canvas materials, so it's kind of changed aircraft forever. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. We're definitely going to get into Boeing a little bit as we cruise along here. We may even possibly see some float planes out there along the lake. I don't want to make any promises, but there are some that are occasionally at people's docks as we cruise along. We may see them even come out and land on the lake a little bit. You never know. So we'll get into that a little bit later on in the cruise. Now, as we make our way down the shoreline here, we're going to be making our way up to Carillon Point in just a moment here. In fact, if you're further up on the boat on the bow, you may already start to see that marina just a little bit ahead of us and to the left-hand side. Those of us back here towards the stern will be able to see it in just a moment here. Start talking about it a little bit early though. Carillon Point is kind of interesting. Today, local marina here in Kirkland, as you're going to see in a second. But previously, they did a lot of shipbuilding over there. It started back right after the
I did not know that.
ship canal was created. So if you're looking over to the right-hand side, going back towards Seattle, there is a ship canal that leads through there that goes all the way into Seattle, into Lake Union, and from Lake Union it leads all the way out to the Puget Sound, and from there you can get out to the Pacific Ocean, leading you all the way out to the larger body. So you can get all the way into this lake, the Pacific Ocean. Once that ship canal was created in the early 1920s, you could start to transit vessels into the Lake Washington area here. So they began a lot of shipbuilding out there on Carillon Point. Now in the early days they were building a lot of wooden ships, but they started experimenting over here with metal armor on the ships for various naval craft over here. Up towards World War II, they were building ships entirely of metal at that point in time. But up until World War II, we saw just about 500 ships built over here at Caroline Point, and a lot of them were government naval use. You can see why it's called Caroline Point now that we've approached the marina here. As you look back there, you can see those brass bells. That's what's known as the Caroline on those columns over there to the left.
Oh, that is why.
So that's the Caroline.
That is Caroline. Bởi vì có mấy cái cây kia kìa. Mấy cái cột đó gọi là Caroline.
You can find boat rentals over there, jet skis, and all that fun
Em ơi, nhưng mà những cái ăn uống bên đó này quá là đẹp vậy đó. Anh chị thấy nó ở đằng sau.
Khu này nhà này tận 8-9-10 triệu không nè. Là bắt đầu tới khu nhà 8-9-10 triệu. Đây toàn là những người giàu không à, họ có tiền, rồi họ có đót ở trong nhà họ luôn. Dạ. 8-9-10 triệu không à. Toàn là nhà Bắc. Kayak là tại vì Caroline Point cũng cho mướn kayak luôn. Thì họ ra đó họ ướn xong rồi họ chèo.
Which was the very first newspaper in the city of Seattle. And that newspaper is actually still around today, which is kind of neat. It's not print anymore entirely online, but he was the owner of that newspaper. So he bought property out here in Lehigh back, in the early days when this wasn't very established yet. So, going back to the late 1800s where people just kind of had their summer homes out here. There wasn't even a lot of electricity out here, really. So people didn't live out here much during winter months. So
Không phải là nhà của người ta, mà nhà nào cũng 1-2 hectare đất không à. Cho nên là có nhiều cây. Establish a steel mill out here, and that's what he did. He got some funding together. It cost about $200,000 in those days, and he was in the process of getting everything set up out here, and then they hit the financial panic of 1893. He lost most of the funding for it, and the steel mill never went into play out here on the lake. So he shifted gears, and instead of doing the steel industry out here, he went into owning property and slowly started to establish eventually up with the hunt with our young property out here, establishing these neighborhoods
mention owning one of these. They're not a cheap, purchase. The average cost of a float plane is usually around $100,000.
Nhà này đẹp không?
Be a lot more than that. Things like
Nhà này đẹp không?
all kinds of stuff as far as the interior goes. So you never know. Not to mention, they're going to be around $10,000 a year in maintenance as well. But they're a really convenient way for getting around. And you can go land in really remote areas.
Nhà 8-9-10 triệu đô ở ven hồ Lake Washington.
Although you'll notice this stuff on here.
30 triệu. 30 triệu. Căn đó 30 triệu.
But I want to go back into how floatplanes kind of got started out here. It's kind of interesting. So it goes back into Boeing. So Bill Boeing was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
gentleman who started
Float planes.
Float
Float planes.
Now the reason why they were moving towards float planes was because of the area back here. If you look out here, there's hills, trees, and rocks, mountains around the Seattle area, Washington, and it's very hard to run runways. That's like the Wright brothers in the Midwest, like Flatland, he's able to create these runways for their let's take aerospace here. So instead of trying to make these runways, they have this nice flat lake out here, water on this side, and the center on the Seattle side.
And this is the 520.
Now, Bill Boeing kind of started in the airplane business as a hobby, really. In the early days, he got his, his pilot's license, and then started flying just kind of for fun, and eventually got into it. His plane that he had purchased at the time had broke down, needed certain parts, and then he started to do his own repairs because he was waiting so long for these repairs to take place. He started getting more and more into the engineering side of it. The Boeing family, the money originally came from the lumber industry, timber industry that was so predominant out here in this area from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. So that's where that started. Bill Boeing came from that industry. So he started to work more on these planes and then started to get more into the engineering side of it and grew that industry from there into the early 1900s. Now, going back to what I talked about at the beginning of the cruise today when I was talking about Lewis Marsh, one of those early engineers with arc welding and all of that. Well, back before World War I and even during World War I, U.S. planes and were built of wood and canvas. And we were really far behind when it came to technology. A lot of the German planes during World War I, the fuselages were built entirely of metal. And we were much further advanced than ours. Now, at that point in time, people were really thinking about aircraft and warfare. Really didn't think about the concerns of it, why our technology
so it did take us a while. But as I said, Bill Boeing was really pushing for this, and we needed funding for that kind of engineering. And he was a little bit extreme at times, and I'll tell you a little story. One of the things that Bill Boeing did during the World War I time period was he took his airplane and he flew around the city of Seattle. He took these cardboard boxes and wrote bomb on them. He dropped them at significant points of the city. The downtown area dropped one by the football stadium, for the university, or various significant locations. And the idea was to kind of make his point that this is how easy it is to be attacked and why aircraft are significant now in warfare. One, airplanes didn't exist in warfare, you know, it was the beginning of aircraft, really, so it's a big deal. Even dive bombs, football game. I think nowadays people would never do any of this stuff, but that was his way of kind of showing that this was alright. So now we made our way up to Evergreen Point here. Evergreen Point is where the 520 floating bridge meets the east side over here, so it's a little bit ahead to the right. You can already see that bridge making its way across the lake here. That is the longest floating bridge in the world. And it goes from Seattle, so looking back across there,
Seattle
to the right, and goes over here to the eastern side of Evergreen Point.
Yeah.
About 1.5 miles across. I'm gonna go a little bit out there.
Chưa tới. Phải xuống thêm bên phía nam nữa.
So I'm not going to talk about everything right now about it, but I will tell you it's a new bridge. It's actually the second 520 bridge to be built here in Seattle. The first one was built in 1963. This one was built between 2012 and 2016. At a cost of $4.5 billion. On the way back, I'm going to tell you more about how they constructed it. It's quite a process, as you can see how the bridge was working out here. And it was really interesting during this time down here, kind of getting to watch the whole process of working out here from day to day. But as I said, we'll come back to that in a little bit. But for the moment, as we make our way under the 520 bridge, we're about to be crossing into the neighborhood of Medina here. So Medina starts over here by Evergreen Point, and we'll continue down the shoreline here of Lake Washington until we get to the city of Bellevue. So as I said before, we have some very expensive real estate leading up down the shoreline. The Gates Estate will be coming past in about 10 minutes or so here. Be sure to check that out. Everybody knows about it, but you have the two richest people in the world living in this neighborhood. Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos also here.
Oh, Jeff Bezos live in Medina too?
Under the 520. Now, as we do that, you already start to notice looking over here on our left-hand side, this hillside is pretty steep. And it's going to get steeper and steeper as we head down the shoreline here. And you'll notice with the construction of these homes, it becomes pretty interesting. People kind of pick different locations for their home. Some people want their large home down on the waterfront, on the lake, very close to the water.
Đang
And
chui
then
qua cầu.
some people choose to build their main home up on the top of the hill. And then they'll build maybe a little lake house or a guest house down by the water. Either way, though, you have to be able to get up and down this hill. If you own the property at the top, you kind of want to get down the lake. So people will create these tramways. They're known as vehicular tramways up and down this hill. So I like to say that early on because
Hello.
along the shoreline, you can into the tree line there. It's not easy to do. And tracks are actually laid right up this hillside in order to
Oh, I see.
Ways, that people build up and down the hillside. They vary in cost a bit. On the low ends, maybe around $35,000-$40,000, and then getting up on the high end, over $100,000, depending on how elaborate they are. Some of them are just small little cars to get up and down the hillside. Some of them are very large lift systems where, you know, probably 5 or 6 people can step into one at once and they can get down.
Hả?
So, you can really start to see what I'm talking about here. There's a perfect example.
Cái đó là cái giống như là cái
Very easy attracts
giống như là cái cáp treo, họ xây cáp treo để mà lên xuống cho nó dễ. Họ xây cáp treo bởi vì nhà họ ở trển nhưng mà họ muốn xuống hồ. Sắp tới nhà Bill Gates rồi đó. Nhà nào rất là nhiều nhà cũng có cáp treo nha. Alright, and then as you continue along, you can see there's a beach area about dead center of the property. Some years he has tropical sand brought in from, you know, various locations, tropical islands, things like that, has it put on the beach. This year he didn't really do it, but sometimes he'll have a barge up and have that sand put out on the beach. But that's kind of the midpoint of the property here. Now when I said earlier it really blends into the landscape, you can kind of see what I'm saying. I'll tell you the home is about 60,000 square feet. And it's very difficult to kind of make out, you know, where the home is exactly, especially in summer foliage. The home, though, is built into the hillside. This is one of the things that's hard to tell from the water, but this is really the only angle that you can see it from, because it is built under that hillside. The Gates estate doesn't have one of those follicular tramways, and that's because it's not needed. He's built his parking garage, which is about the size of an NBA basketball court, underneath the hillside. So how you get onto this property is you come from the road, you drive under the hillside into the parking garage, and you come out on the other side onto the property. So there is no way to see it from the roadway back there inside the neighborhood. So you come through the property that way, and then you can kind of make your way into the rest of the home. The property, or the home, was built in the year 1997 at a cost of just around $50 million. Wow. Today, it's valued at over $130 million. It's gone up quite a bit. That's over $1 million a year in property taxes. The property continues to where you can see that black flagpole, the U.S. flag, and the gold wall on it. So that's the end of the property right there. The home is used really for entertainment quite a bit. Obviously, this is a big home, but we'll use this one for big business meetings. He's had various presidents or different countries here. The home can host a 150-person sit-down dinner or a 200-person cocktail party. There's about 4 restaurants, I think, in residence, 6 kitchens, 7 bedrooms.
reverse some of that up there currently, but that's a bit of a concern.
And Mr. W's house.
And you can see a hole here that I would like to point out this one, this gray hole on our left-hand side with the white stripe around it. It's built literally right in the middle of the hillside. And the reason for it is the property was owned by the home behind it. And when they sold the property, part of the contract was they could build an entire view of the home behind the property that sold in front. So they built essentially as high as they could on the outside without blocking it. That's why that's kind of application there in the center. And you can kind of see the exact opposite here. You can see a few homes that are built feet from the water. You see one of these has a little Statue of Liberty up there on the second.
Oh yeah.
Kind of interesting, actually. I think this one is just because other people were but when Seattle was becoming established across the water, in the early days, the idea was for Seattle to be kind of the New York of the U.S. They would really go right at the point landed the riverbank down out the West Seattle. There is a Statue of Liberty built there. That's kind of the idea.
Garage cho tàu. Họ xây garage cho tàu kìa.
Now, something else I didn't mention before as we were cruising along is how they build some of these homes out here. You notice a second ago looking at those homes, they were right on the water's edge. They have that steep hillside, it's heavily wooded back behind there, you know, in the corner of the National Street Road. It's pretty difficult to build sometimes out here. So what they'll do is they'll bring building materials and construction equipment from the water. So they'll have a tank, bring a barge out with building materials, and they'll actually offload right from the shoreline rather than trying to come in through those narrow roadways and that steep hillside back behind there. So you'll notice there's other homes back there. The roadways aren't really wide enough to get trucks and equipment down there. So it's much easier to build from the water here. And there's all kinds of maritime construction industries within the Seattle area that will do that sort of thing. I mean, not to mention the huge commercial projects like building the bridges out here, but also for residential stuff as well. It would come right out here and work from the water to build some of these houses. Now, as we make our way further south here on the left, we do have Medina Beach Park. It also serves as Medina City Hall and the police station. That's this gray building here. You see the U.S. flag there in the corner. So you get a few different purposes out of this area here. It also used to be a ferry point back before we had these floating bridges out here, such as the 520. And you also can see the I-90 floating bridge to the right a little bit ahead there, going through Mercer Island. Before we had these bridges out here, people had to make their way across the lake, and there were boat services and ferry systems that took people across here. Now, it was kind of scheduled at some point in time in the 1920s ago. They started to actually do scheduled ferry routes out here. But before that, it was kind of interesting. People would just take it upon themselves to kind of create their own little ferry services. People would boats oftentimes would go back and forth across the lake, and they would pick people up in various locations. It was kind of like a on the water style Uber, if you will. But eventually they actually started doing ferry services going across the lake because Lake Washington is pretty long. It's about 26 miles long. I think in the early 1900s, most people didn't have cars. There was no easy way to make their way around this lake.
Really?
But if you look at the right angle, you can usually just make out skeleton kind of range of having up the nail here closely. But if you do look up the T-Rex house, there's another home that always catches everyone's eye as well. It's this one here, what's called a little square window. Very neat, modern style of architecture. This one is owned by one of the early engineers, or software engineers of Microsoft, and he was the gentleman who was responsible for creating the Windows program and the Excel program for Microsoft. And that is his home right there. This home has been featured in various architecture magazines over the years. Bill Gates actually found this gentleman from a different company who was actually working for Xerox originally back in the 1980s. And then he got him to come over to Microsoft to help design those early programs. He is also one of the few people in the world who's been to space twice as a tourist, bought his way into space. If you're curious to know what that cost, about $25 million. A little bit further south, now we're starting to make our way into Bellevue. Bellevue is one of the other cities on the eastern side of the shoreline here. So as we get over to Mayflower, just on our left-hand side here, we're going to start to see the skyline coming in view for the city of Bellevue. This French is beautiful to see. So Bellevue, much younger city than Seattle. Seattle, really becoming established back in the 1860s, officially 1863. Bellevue, much younger. Bellevue really becoming established in the 1950s.
Bellevue's in the background.
Much later on. And it's kind of interesting, these two cities. Obviously, Bellevue is that very modern, newer city. However, you really see it in the roadways because when you get to downtown Seattle, you have all these narrow one-ways and it's very hard to navigate. It's not great for car traffic. But because Bellevue was established in the 1950s, they already kind of saw how Seattle was growing. They made all the streets wider and they made room for lots of parking throughout the entire city. And it's much more set up for car traffic than Seattle. Because Seattle's kind of now catching up with all that. But you can see the waterfront. They're doing a lot of work right now on the park area just in front of the city. So you can see it looks a little, the hillside looks a little bit stripped there. They're redoing the waterfront park there. So looks a little bit bare right now. It'll be fixed up pretty soon. Around Mayflower Bay here a little bit. This home just on the point here, you can see our palm trees in the front. That shows you what I mean by how people, build their own kind of home here. That home was built as well, and you can see the rooftops there. The idea of that architecture was to kind of mimic the water of the waves rise up up there. There was, another home on that property when it was purchased. It was knocked down a large home as well, and this one was built
Made in Bower Bay.
and it's not uncommon for that to happen. A lot of people, buy real estate out here. They buy a house, it's in perfect condition. They'll take it down and build something. The property was bought for just around $15 million. The home that was originally there, and then this home was built for just around $30 million.
Cái nhà này á hả là mua 15 triệu xong rồi đập đi, xong rồi xây 30 triệu lên.
See over here on the other side of the Mayflower Bay, so to the left, you have some of these homes that are built kind of block Medina when we started, Bellevue, I mentioned, you know, it being some of the most expensive real estate already. The reason why we don't have points out, the reason why there's obviously a lot of CEOs, lots of other people out here. A lot of them have asked developers not to talk about public storage, which is understandable. Bill Gates is, you know, the head of storage. I think this is really fun. That's it. I do, you know, everything, and I understand a little bit exactly everything is out here. But you have lots of those CEOs, as I said before, companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Costco, lots of those companies that got
Bellevue, and over here is Mercer Island.
As we're in the tour here, looking over to our left-hand side, this is Mercer Island over here. And Mercer Island is a residential island that sits down here in the south end of Washington. And it's pretty convenient because you have this bridge system, as I mentioned earlier. This is the I-90. It starts over there in Seattle ahead of us, makes its way across the lake to the island, and then it continues from Mercer Island over to Bellevue, as you can see here on the left-hand side. So you don't have to worry about a ferry system or anything like that if you live out there. You have really quick access to that highway system. Mercer Island, much like the rest of the eastern side of Lake Washington, lots of beach bars out there and lots of residential homes all along the lake. In fact, Paul Allen, who was the other founder of Microsoft along with Bill Gates, also lives out here. He lives on Mercer Island, but on the other side of the island. He lives over on the south side of the island. That's where his home is. I'll tell you a little interesting story about Bill Gates and Paul Allen. When they were building their homes out here on the lake, one of the things they wanted to put on their property was a helicopter pad. And both Mercer Island and Medina turned them down. They said, can't do that. It's not zoned for a residential neighborhood. It's too loud for all the neighbors around the helicopter. So they said, okay, that's fine. So this is what they figured out. This was their way around it. They both had boats. They had helicopter pads top of vessels. So the idea is you can land a helicopter on top of the boat out in the lake, or you can move the shore to the dock, and run. Complaints about anything. So Paul Allen doesn't have his usual dock at his house, and Bill Gates only keeps his own dock because kind of a neat way to work around when you have a Alright, so we're gonna make that turn.
Rồi, quay hai vợ chồng nè. Đây.
And I'll step out on the microphone and get back to the gates safely. Some other interesting things about that home that I skipped on the way out. And also I'll come back on at the 520 bridge to talk about how that structure was built as we pass through here.
Và như vậy là đã hết một nửa chuyến đi rồi. Bây giờ tàu đang quay lại để đi ngược lại về cảng Kirkland. Bởi vì nãy giờ 45 phút rồi. Còn ở xa xa kia là Seattle. Nhưng mà cái vùng Seattle này là nó hơi đặc biệt, khác với lại những cái vùng khác là trung tâm thành phố không có dầu, mà cái vùng ngoại ô phía đông rất là giàu.